To Math 117 online for summer 2025. This video is to orient you to the class and the expectations for the semester so you will know what to expect. So I'm in our course Moodle site right now. And you can see it says welcome to Math 117 online. That's our class. And the very first thing that you see as you read down this page is syllabus and other documents. So let's take a look in there. We'll start with the syllabus. So meeting time and location, this is an online class. There are no required meetings, but I am always available via my email or a Zoom appointment if you have questions or just want to check in. And I do respond to email Monday through Friday during regular business hours, and I generally will get back to you within one business day, often much faster than that. But yeah, sometimes it'll take a business day. The textbook is called Excursions in Modern Mathematics. You can purchase any edition. It's by Peter Tannenbaum. Older editions can be found used online for as little as $5. You can try thriftbooks.com or abebooks.com or chegg.com. You'll also need a scientific calculator capable of performing exponents and roots. That can either be a handheld calculator or a calculator on your computer. So this course is designed to provide students in the liberal arts with a foundation to mathematical reasoning and quantitative skills in decision-making processes. So we focus on ideas rather than techniques, and as they implement problem-solving strategies. The course introduces students to topics that might include, but are not limited to, mathematical modeling, graph theory, the mathematics of social choice, which is the focus of the summer class, the mathematics of social choice, and a few other topics. The prerequisites are Math 105 or Math 095 or satisfactory placement test scores. All right, so I'm going to skip on to some of the pieces of the course that are specific to this course. Please read the syllabus in depth on your own. It's kind of a long document. I'm just going to go through a few highlights. Specifically, let's start with what to expect. So the class is run entirely online. All the components of the course are accessed via Moodle. So this is different than if you've taken an online course, online math course before. There's often a separate online homework system like MyMathLab or Wiley or something like that. We do not have one of those. Okay, so everything is in Moodle. And then each week will run from Wednesday to Tuesday, and you'll be responsible for working through approximately 4 lessons. And working through a lesson means doing each of the following. Watch the lesson demo video and take notes either in the posted course packet or a notebook if you don't want to print out the course packet. Work through the lesson activity that follows the demo in the course packet. Even if you don't print the course packet, you just open it on your computer and work through the problems that are in the activity. Check your answers that are in the packet at the end of the activity. And if you need to, because either you're stuck and don't know how to start a problem or you're getting a different answer than is in the packet, there are videos of each of those activities. But the activities are meant for you to do without video instruction. You're just supposed to sit down and do them. And then if you are stuck or need help, you can watch the all or part of the lesson activity video. And then finally, post any questions, insights, points of confusion, or connections that you have made in the weekly discussion forum. To earn full credit for discussion forums, you post at least once a week. Some weeks are dedicated to completing assignments like homework, quizzes, and or projects instead of working through new lessons. The exact assignments due each week are laid out in the weekly course schedule and in each week's Moodle checklist. Note that you are always free to work ahead. If you know that you have an event at some point in the summer, you can work ahead so that week is done before your big event. The standard calculation for a regular semester is that for every credit a course is worth, each week you should spend an hour in class and 2 hours outside of class. So for a 3-credit class, that means you should be meeting for about an hour 3 times a week. Those are the class meetings. And then 2 hours outside of class for each class meeting. So that would be 6 hours per week outside of class. Now, this is a shortened semester, it's only 7 weeks, which means we are compressing all of that work into half the time. So you need to be prepared to spend about 18 hours per week on the course. Okay, so 3 hours of videos, 15 hours of reading and other assignments. But keep in mind that number is an average. Some people will need to spend more and some people will need to spend less. Good time management is essential, especially in an abbreviated summer course. Work on your assignments every day rather than leaving everything until the last minute. Follow the weekly course schedule closely and seek help as soon as you start to experience trouble. A note about prerequisites. There are no longer prerequisites required for enrollment in Math 117. So you can enroll in this course without having met the prerequisites. But the prerequisite skills are still the same. So the arithmetic skills and the algebra skills are still used throughout the course, which means that if you have not met the prerequisite before you take the course, you may be concurrently enrolled in Math 003. That is to help you gain the necessary skills as you take the class. So if you are concurrently enrolled in Math 003, then you will be attending Math 003 meeting times, either on campus or online. And in those meetings, you can work on an integrated review packet, which is posted in Moodle. I'll show you when we get there. Or you can just work on your regular course assignments, getting help from the instructors in Math 003. Resources for extra help include myself, other students in the class, Moodle, the Math Studio. So even if you're not concurrently enrolled in Math 003, you can attend the Math Studio anytime. It's staffed by GCC math instructors for both on campus and via Zoom. It's a really helpful resource. The schedule is posted in Moodle, and I'll show you when we go back to Moodle. There are also peer tutors that are available both online and on campus. And my YouTube channel has a link to a playlist of all the course videos and GCC tech support. Okay, and then methods of evaluation. How will you be graded? Discussion boards. So each week there'll be a discussion forum for you to converse with your classmates and instructor about the week's material. To earn full credit for discussion forums, you just have to post at least once per week. Classwork/homework, 5%. There will be a checklist posted in Moodle where you can mark off each assigned task that you have completed. The checklist tasks are always due on Tuesdays, but there's no penalty for late classwork or homework. Note that completing a lesson activity or homework assignment means attempting each problem, checking your answer with the solutions, and following up on any problems that you got incorrect until they make sense to you. So this part of your grade is entirely self-reported. It's based on the percentage of tasks that you check off. Okay, so you do not have to submit to me your homework or show me the classwork that you have completed. This is self-reported. But I do reserve the right to ask to see evidence of completion at any time. Okay, then 45% of your grade is quizzes. Each chapter will have a short quiz that you'll complete in Moodle. Quizzes are based off of the assigned homework, so they will look very, very similar to your homework assignments, and you do get 2 attempts on each quiz. And then 45% of your grade is projects. Each chapter will have a project that you'll turn in via Moodle. These projects will involve exploring the concepts and tools of the course in more depth than the homework problems and will help you build a strong understanding. So late work and makeup policy, there's no penalty for late classwork or homework, but quizzes and projects are generally not accepted late, and missed participation in a discussion forum cannot be made up. Okay, so exceptions can be made to those late policies in the event of an extraordinary circumstance like illness or hazardous weather or Wi-Fi went down, whatever. But I do reserve the right to determine what qualifies as an extraordinary circumstance and to require documentation from you before allowing a makeup. The more quickly you contact me about your situation, the more likely I am to be able to facilitate an exception. Okay, and then this last page of the syllabus is our course schedule by week. So this lays out the entire semester in a tabular form so that you can see at a glance what we're doing each week. So you can see this first week is only 2 days. It's the 14th and the 15th because all weeks end on Tuesday. So this first week is just a 2-day week. And the only things you're responsible for in this first week is syllabus and course orientation. Okay, watch the course intro video, which you're doing now. Go through the week 1 to-do list. And other stuff you'll need to do is the syllabus quiz, the orientation project, and post in the introductions discussion. And then every other week is chapter work. So we will do chapter 1 lessons, then chapter 1 homework, quiz, and vote, followed by chapter 2 lessons, and then chapter 2 homework, quiz, and project, and then chapter 4 lessons, followed by chapter 4 homework, quiz, and project. So that's sort of the routine of the class. All of this, everything in this spreadsheet of what you're supposed to be doing each week is also posted in a checklist in Moodle. So let's go back to Moodle and continue. This is a document on how to submit written work electronically. I'll let you look at that on your own at some point. Okay, so after syllabus and other documents, we have the class announcements. I will post here anytime that there is an announcement for the entire class. If I'm going to move a due date or something like that, it'll go in the class announcements. Anything I post in class announcements also automatically goes to your student email account, so you got to be checking one or the other. Okay, now we get to the heart of the course. We start with course resources. We have the lesson packets. You can take notes in these, or you can take notes in a notebook, but the course lesson packets do live here. Each chapter has a packet, and I'm just going to open one to show you the pattern for the course. So the first couple of pages are just reference material. You might want to look at this, refer to this while you're taking quizzes or something. It's just a quick overview of the chapter. And then each class starts with a daily summary, which is just sort of what's going to be covered in that lesson. Okay, and then we have a demo. This is the lecture of the course. So you watch a video of me completing this demo, explaining the problems. They're usually 15-ish to 20 minutes. So you watch the video of the demo and fill in the packet as you go, or take notes in a notebook. Okay. And then you'll see after the demo, there are activities. So the activities are for you to complete after you watch the demo and take notes. You're supposed to try the activities, work and struggle through the activities. The answer key follows. So after the activities, there is an answer key for all the activity problems. As you're working through the activities, if you cannot get the answer that's in the answer key, you can go back to the course videos and watch a video. You can watch all of it or part of it or just the part that you're struggling with. And then there's an even more practice section. This is optional. Do them if you want more practice, but it is optional. And the even more practice also has an answer key. And that is sort of the pattern for every lesson of the semester. This is also where the integrated review packet lives. So if you are taking Math 003 and you want to work on prerequisite skills rather than course material, then this is the packet that you would start with. Okay, so heading back to the main course. This is a link to the course lecture videos. So if we click this, it opens a YouTube playlist with lessons for every class of the semester. So you can see that there is a demo followed by activities. Demo, activities for each class. Then we have the Math Studio schedule and the link to the virtual Math Studio. Okay, so there are live and in-person hours in North 402 at GCC, and then there are also Zoom hours. So the Zoom is at this Zoom link. Okay. And let's go back. This link is to my Zoom office hours. I'm not in there all the time. Like, we need to set up an appointment, but this is where we'll meet. So you just click this to go to my Zoom office hours. And then this takes you to the peer tutoring website. Okay, so here is the first week of the course. You can see there is a to-do list. So it's the very first thing under the week is a to-do list. And when you open it up, it has items that you can check off as you do. So watch the course intro video. You're doing that right now. Read all the documents in the syllabus and other documents folder. Post in discussion 1 introductions. Complete the syllabus quiz and complete and submit the orientation project. Now, if you are enrolled in Math 003, you will have 1 or 2 additional items on this checklist. Attend your Math 003 sessions and work on whatever you feel you need to work on. It can be material for this course, or it can be prerequisite skill material. But if you're enrolled in Math 003, there will be like 1 more check mark on this box in this list. Okay, so that's your to-do list. You check off the items as you go. Anything you need to complete this to-do list is either down here, right? So we have the course intro video. We have the project 0, the orientation project, the syllabus quiz, and the introductions forum. Okay. Let's close up that week and look at the next week. Week 2 checklist. Anything you need to complete the checklist should be right underneath the to-do list. So let's open it up. So we're supposed to read some sections of the textbook, watch some lessons, and post in the weekly discussion forum. Okay, so this is a learning week. This is a working through the lessons week. So you watch the lectures, you do the activities, watch the activity videos if necessary. Post in the discussion forums. Okay, so that is a learning week. Okay, the only work to submit is to check off the items in this list. The packet that you will be taking notes in or doing the activities from is posted right here. It's also up above in the course resources block. Okay, so that's a learning week. Again, the only items that you would submit in this week is to check off the items in the to-do list. Then the following week, we look at the to-do list and you see that there is homework, quiz, and a project. So this week is applying what we learned in the previous week. So you complete the chapter 1 homework, you complete the chapter 1 quiz, and you download, complete, and submit the project, conduct a vote. And then also post in the discussion forum. So let's go back to the course and you can see here is everything that you need to complete the to-do list should be right underneath of it. So chapter 1 homework and solutions. The homework assignment is designed to prepare you for the chapter 1 quiz. So it's really, really good preparation for the quiz. So you have the homework assignment itself and the solutions. So you can open up the homework assignment, try the problems, and then check your work by looking at the solutions. Okay, so I've got all the answers here with the work shown. So you can use the homework and solutions to help you prepare really well for the quiz. After the homework, we have the chapter 1 quiz, and I won't open that right now, but that is the next item you would do this week. And then the conduct a vote project. So I'll open that up and you can see that the project is a PDF file. You open that up and then submitting it. I will make a separate video on how to submit written work like your projects. Okay. Just so everybody is not nervous about that. Actually, in fact, I think I already have that video. Nope, I don't. Okay, I'll make it. I'll make a video for how to do that. And then there's a discussion forum. And then the rest of the weeks follow this same pattern. We have a learning week for chapter 4, where you just work through the lessons. And then we have a week where you apply all of that material that you learned to a homework assignment, a quiz, and a project. And then we do the same thing. We repeat again for chapter 4. Learning week, apply what you learned week. Okay, so that pretty much covers our orientation to Moodle. I do just want to show you where to find your grades. So up here over on grades, this is me, but your name would be right here, and you can see what you got on all of your grades. So my week 1 to-do list right now is a 0 because I didn't check off any items from it. I opened it, but I didn't check any items off, so it's a 0%. And then your discussion forums, I will put that grade in at the very end of the semester, so this won't get updated weekly. But then as you complete projects and I grade them, your grades will appear here. And as you complete quizzes, your grades will appear here. And then your final course total should appear here as the semester goes. All right, so that is it for our Moodle orientation. As I said, I'll make a separate video for how to submit written work. I hope we have a great semester together. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Send me an email, and I look forward to working with you and hearing from you.